first half.
Yes, the error has been very high from actually both sides, but especially I'll be worried by Mwamba. They're getting the good running lines, but the attack is being really hampered by the handling errors. As you can see, Lavin Asego, one of our panelists on Try Time, having a word there. He should be having an issue with the backs because they're not handling the ball, meeting the ball at full pace, getting over the advantage line. And of course, the knock-ons seem to be increasing as we enter into the last few minutes of the first half here at the Lions Den in Ruaraka. Mwamba leading by 13 points to 0, but you just get the impression that maybe they really haven't hit second gear just yet. Just to remind our viewers that the top 6 teams will head into the playoffs, while teams number 1 and 2 are the winners in the semi-final. So 3, 4, 5, and 6 head to the playoffs, with the winners advancing to the semi-finals later in the season. 5 minutes to the end of the first half. It's Mwamba leading by 13 points to 0. It's going to be a scramble here by Marvin Karungi. Karungi with the scrum put in. Mwamba Park has really come under so much pressure as Shadon Munoko tries to get away from Collins Injera. Karungi again. That pass wasn't the best of passes there, and it looked to me like a knock-on. And the referee's arm is out. It's a turnover. Oyugi. Dummies. Beats one man. Now, this is a good chance here for Mwamba here. Did he have anyone in support there? Try to look for Daniel Tabu. That pass didn't go into hand, and it's another error from Mwamba. Actually from Mean Machine. The referee actually going back to the first infringement, which was the knock-on. And it's been a game of stop, start in this opening 36 minutes between these two sides. (13-0) the scoreline here at the Lions Den in Ruaraka. In your picture there, the lovely, very beautiful Wamboi Makena.
Let's just catch a glimpse of some of the KCB supporters there. Moses Ndale, former KCB back row, former director at the Kenya Rugby Union about 2 years ago. They used to call him the great Moses Ndale, devastating player in his day. Just catch members of the Fourth Estate, Ayumba Ayodi, just taking notes. The man in blue, Collins Nabiswa. Also handles social media accounts for some media houses as well. There is another break in play. Just catch a glimpse of some of the Mwamba supporters here. Probably comfortable in the fact that their side is holding a 13-0 lead heading into the halftime interval.
Martin Oyugi with the scrum put in for Mwamba. Tony Owor controlling it there. They know they have the dominant scrum, so Owor. Good tackle there from Mid Machine. Good defense coming from them, but it's still Mwamba who do have the ball here. Oyugi. Good pass there to Collins Injera. Injera finds Tabu. Agevi. Michael Agevi finds Inzuga. Inzuga had a foot in touch, and it's going to be a line-out throw to Mean Machine.
Joel Inzuga certainly put himself in the zone to score a hat-trick, but the Mean Machine defenders had another idea, just using the touchline as an extra defender. Inzuga getting a foot out into touch, losing possession. Some respite for the students from the University of Nairobi. Coming up at 4 p.m. is KCB against Impala Saracens. KCB sitting in second place, while Impala Saracens lie 7th on the log. That was a bit awkward from the scrum down. Once again, the ball is out into touch. We have about a minute to play in the half. The sun is out in full force here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. A few more degrees to the left and you can fry an egg, William Juguna.
Yes, you can. It's pretty much baking hot. We do have a bit of cloud cover, and at some point an hour or 2 hours ago, a bit of a drizzle here, but clearly the rain has disappeared to somewhere else as we enter into the final few seconds of this first half here at the Lions' Den.
Ball is claimed in the air there by Michael Kello. Just setting off one last foray for the black shirts before halftime. Martin Oyugi with the ball out wide. Salaton Muturi carries it another 2 or 3 meters forward. Oyugi plays it to man in shirt number 8. Mean Machine defending desperately. This is Oyugi once again, plays it out wide. That is Muturi. He has sight of the try line. He grounds the ball. The try has been awarded, and it is the veteran Salaton Muturi. He knew that once he was in that zone, he had to ground that ball, and using all his experience, summoned all the techniques that he's been subjected to over more than 100,000 training sessions, scoring that try. Mwamba's third try of the afternoon. They take an 18-0 lead with a conversion to come.
Yes, well-worked try there by Salaton Muturi. We rarely see Mwamba scoring such kind of tries, but they finally get one on the chalk. And Daniel Tabu with the conversion. That takes the score now to 20 points to 0.
We're done with the 40 minutes on the clock. And halftime should be approaching any moment from now, obviously after the restart. But just looking at the overall performance, it is as though Mean Machine are just going through the motions. It's like they are subjected to going home with a result that is not in their favor. It's like they're comfortable with that fact. They will need to give a magical 40 minutes in the second half, but they simply haven't turned up for the first half here, William.
Absolutely, yes. Going through the emotions. They haven't fired a shot. Haven't seen any of the attacking plays from Mean Machine. It's been pretty much pedestrian from them, leaving off scraps. Mwamba dominating possession and territory, and the scoreline is 20 points to 0 in favor of Mwamba. Machine at the current rate, they look likely to be relegated come the end of the season, as Mwamba now just toy around with them. 20 points to 0, 3 tries, 2 to Joel Nzuga, 1 to Salaton Muturi, a penalty and a conversion by Daniel Tabu. The difference so far. Martin Oyugi, this should be the last passage of play before the referee's whistle for halftime. And the ball coming out through the other side and not through Tony O'Ward's legs, but Oyugi acting quickest there. Tabu with a shimmy and step here. Finds, now this could be another try in the making here.
That was hard running from Felix Otieno. And it is still Mwamba going forward. The try scorer, Salaton Muturi, does well to fend those tackles coming through from Mean Machine. Goes to ground, but referee Constant Cap blows his whistle. Penalty advantage with the black shirts. Collins Injera and Daniel Tabu in discussion. Injera seems to be calling the shots here, as he has done over the years for club and country. They elect to go for touch from that penalty. And William, you can definitely see Mwamba's intention to land a fourth try, go into the half with a bonus point. Constant Cap just breaking into a bit of laughter there with his assistant referee, Peter Leo. As in the background, we just catch a glimpse once again of the Mwamba fans, unconcerned with the proceedings.
They know they have this in the bag, clearly. It doesn't matter of now what scoreline they will get come the end of the day. So far, Mwamba leading by 20 points to 0, looking to land the killer blow, the fourth try, and get the bonus point. Teleton Muturi. Who do they aim for? Tony O'War, Michael Kello, Steve Sikuta. That line of throw, a bit bobbly, didn't get the right bounce, but Tony O'War is able to grab at the second bite of the cherry. Oyugi finds Agevi. Agevi now finds Felix Otieno. Otieno going into contact. Can he present the ball quickly? Mwamba need quick ball from here. Oyugi finds Collins Injera. Injera with a cutout pass that finds Joel Nzuga. Nzuga plays it now to the fullback. And Agevi dropped that ball. Good hands coming in there from Brian Mwangi. But the referee has called it yet again for an infringement by Min Machine. They were offside. They will go to the corner. Tabu there offloading the ball to Michael Agevi. But the referee was already playing advantage, so Mwamba will get a second bite of the cherry. Desperately looking for this fourth try of the afternoon before we get into the halftime interval and get the bonus point, which will take them to 32 points if the scores remain the same. And into fourth place for a couple of hours before Nondis do play Strathmore in the 4 p.m. kickoff. Line out throw coming. And it's to the tail end of the line out, not won very cleanly, and Mwamba missed the opportunity here. Or can they get the turnover? Yes, they do. Collins Injera trying to dummy his way there, but is able to present the ball to Oyugi. Martin Oyugi. Felix Otieno, can he go over the line? Remember, the third try scored by Muturi was actually similar to this one. Mwamba do have the edge in the forwards here.
They just need to keep their composure. Martin Oyugi with that ball. It looked a bit scrappy the way he delivered it out wide. The Machine players arriving in numbers there to just slow down the progress, but Mwamba driving forward. Need to ground this ball. Referee Constant Cap is playing the advantage. And is it going to go down? Yes, the ball is on the floor. It is an almighty scrap heap for possession of the ball.
A lot of bodies there.
Constant Cap eventually blows his whistle.
Valentin Odoyo opting to go for a quick tap, but it's actually Mwamba ball here. The referee, Constant Cap, saying that they were offside. This is Michael Agevi attempting to start things quickly. Finds Injera, and Injera will go over the whitewash. Try number 4 and the bonus point in the bag for Mwamba. That is Collins Injera's 8th try of the season, having scored a hat-trick last week against Black Blood. And Mwamba do get the bonus point finally after phases and phases of trying. Injera is able to get try number 4 for the Black Shirts for Kulabu. Clearly not amused with the way they took around that ball, but the Mwamba fans and players won't be too disappointed. They do have the bonus point in the bag as Daniel Tabu lines up this conversion. Conversion is wide, and that will be the halftime interval here at the Lions Den in Ruaraka. We are done with the first half, the first 40 minutes of the first half here. It's Mwamba leading by 25 points to 0. 4 tries, a conversion and a penalty, giving them the advantage of a Min Machine. It's been a torrid afternoon for the university side. Literally had little possession and territory to play with. And that is the halftime score. Mwamba 25, Min Machine 0. Welcome back to the second half of the first of our doubleheader here at the Lions Den in Ruaraka between Min Machine and Mwamba RFC. Mwamba leading by 25 points to 0. 4 tries in the first half, a conversion and a penalty. 2 tries to Joel Nzuga, 1 try to Salaton Muturi, and to the evergreen Collins Injera, giving Mwamba a healthy 25 points to 0 lead at halftime. It's been one-way traffic so far for Mwamba, who will jump to 4th on the log. Should the scores remain the same ahead of Nondi's match against Strathmore at 4 p.m. So we do have the restart there from Festus Shiasi. And it's won by Min Machine. Bottom of the table and staring at another defeat here. Remember, they have only won one game so far this season, and this was at the same venue here against Strathmore. And it looks like it could be the only win of the season so far. Playing much better here. They've come out much energized in the second half. But they'll have to show better execution if they are to win this game. Valentine Odoyo, Shadon Munoko carrying the ball hard and strong there. Sorry, not Shadon Munoko, that was Colonel Omondi. It's Mwamba, it's actually Machine on the attack, and they lose that ball in possession. And Mwamba will be able to clear their lines there. Michael Agevi, Daniel Tabu there, looking for the grabber kick. It's won there by Anthony Abonyo, taken back in the tackle. And he slips down the floor. That's Valentine Odoyo who slips on the floor, but is able to get into the rack. There's good support play coming in from Min Machine. Marvin Karungi gives the ball to Adam Mugo. Anthony Abonyo again. That man in jersey number 5 is Colonel Omondi, who's seen a few decent spells in this first half. Alfred Orege goes into contact there. Anthony Abonyo. Very slow build-up play coming in from Machine here. They're trying to manipulate the Mwamba defense, and it is working. Has man there in jersey number 18, Kevin Otieno. Min Machine actually on the attack. They've had the ball here for a very decent spell, but they lose that. Collins Injera with the turnover, but the referee says it was illegal. Abonyo goes again, but the referee says it was not taken at the right mark. And it will be Shadon Munoko grabs the ball there from Anthony Abonyo. It's going to be a scramble to Min Machine. 2.5 minutes going into the second half here at the Lions Den. Coming up at 4 p.m, the big one, KCB versus Impala. Second against 7th on the standings. Pivotal game for both sides. Impala trying to get into the playoff positions. KCB trying to keep tabs on Cabras, who they meet incidentally next week at the Impala Club. So Abonyo with the scrum put in. And the Machine scrum backpedaling there. But it's Machine on the attack here. What can they do? Alfred Orege there. Good tackle coming in from Patrick Rohio of Mwamba. Abonyo finds Shadon Munoko. Munoko is able to give that ball to Henry Rabach. It's Min Machine who are dominating possession here, but they're not getting the ball over the advantage line. Abonyo flings it out wide, gives it to Ben Mwangi. Abonyo again, that ball was out in the open and you're able to contest it, but the referee says Mwamba were offside. Machine playing with much more enthusiasm and zeal in this second half than they've had in the first half. And they need to make it count in terms of possession, and they've opted to go for the penalty. Man in the middle there is Constant Cap. Can Min Machine get their first point on the board? As we have an unidentified Min Machine player who seems to be injured. It's going to be Festus Shiasi with this penalty attempt. Machine know that they don't have the size and the power to go to the line out and win it from the line out. Get the rolling maul, so they've opted to go for this penalty. Festus Shiasi. 25-0 the scoreline. Can Shiasi get Min Machine's first point? It looks very much straightforward from where we are on the commentary booth. And it's a well-taken penalty by Festus Shiasi. That takes the score now to 25 points to 3. Shiasi's kick, very accurate, had the power, had the accuracy. And that takes the score now to 25 points to 3. Still a long way to go for Min Machine. They probably need another three converted tries or 4 converted tries to take the lead. Mwangi with the restart for Mwamba. It's won there by Henry Rabach. And Rabach just puts that ball downfield. Doesn't find touch. It's won there by Tabu, Kenya 7's speedster. Tabu goes into contact, presents the ball to Ben Mwangi. What can Mwamba do here? That was Steve Sikuta. Goes into contact. Couple of substitutions, and the referee's arm should be out for a penalty. That ball was not out. And Collins Injera drops the ball there. The referee should have played advantage, but he's called it back for the early infringement because Min Machine were offside. 25 points to 3 in case you're joining us here at the Impala Club. And it's Mwamba with the penalty attempt. Not at the penalty attempt, but with a line-out throw. 25 points to 3, the scoreline. Yeah, I think it's in number 12, yeah.
6 minutes into the second half. Line out through there claimed by Michael Kello for Mwamba. The current scores 25 points to 3. There's Mwamba in the black shirts leading Mean Machine in the blue. Mwamba have scored 4 tries and they are going in search of a 5th. Patrick Rohiu with a show and a bit of a goal there. Inside center. Just availing clean ball for replacement scrum half Eugene Nzioka, another former Strathmore Leos man. Collins Injera plays it to Salaton Muturi, the man who scored the 3rd try for Mwamba. Nzioka just looks to be harassed there by Henry Rabach, but eventually gets clean ball. There's good continuity coming through from Mwamba. They're unrelenting in their pursuit of points. Brian Mwangi at fly half loses the ball. That was a gross handling error from Mean Machine, from Charles Antonio Bonyo. But the penalty advantage remains with the black shirts. Collins Injera in shirt number 7 holds on to the ball. Just buying time there. Daniel Tabu is going to go for territory, and Mwamba certainly keeping faith in their forwards, in their systems. Obviously going in pursuit of more tries. But that kick from Daniel Tabu looked to have overshot its intended target, William Chikone.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, it must have overshot its target because it went into the dead ball area. Didn't go out as it had been intended. So Mean Machine gets the penalty. And so Anthony Abonyo with a scrum put in for Mwamba, for Mean Machine. And the Mean Machine forwards are backpedaling there from that scrum. It's Shadon Munoko there, able to present that ball to his scrum half, Abonyo. It's a very slow ball coming in there from that track there, and Abonyo's kick is charged down. Won there by Collins Injera. And could this be another try? And the referee has called it back. Was a knock on there from Mwamba. Salaton Muturi thought he was going to get try number 2, but that has been snuffed out by the referee. And Salaton Muturi there, not the message between him and Collins Injera, not going home. And An opportunity missed, but that wouldn't worry Mwamba one single bit because they lead by 25 points to 3.
But William, on a
10
lighter
minutes
note,
into the second half. Yes.
on a lighter note, William Juguna, that's not the kind of pass you give to a front row, expecting him to stretch more than he can. He wants to get the ball tight.
Actually, 2 front rows on the wing there, and each of them were looking for that ball, but they didn't get it at the right position.
You have to give it to them tight and close. Mwamba fans breezing the afternoon away. 25 points to 3, probably thinking about next weekend's fixture. This one certainly done and dusted. Bonus points in the bag. Playoff slot secured at least for another match day. Salaton Muturi with the line out throw for Mwamba. Wasn't accurate, and it is claimed by Ben Mwangi of Mean Machine. He refuses to find the floor, but eventually does and presents the ball. Machine looking to attack from deep. They've gotten 3 points on the board in the second half after a rather forgetful first half, William Juguna.
Absolutely, they're playing much better, a lot of more zeal and energy, but the accuracy is still lacking in them. In mid-machine, Rabach. Good continue to play, coming there from mid-machine, and that the man in jersey number 6 is Timothy Nganga. Good first play coming in from mid-machine, but the referee penalizes them for holding on to the ball whilst you've been tackled, and they lose possession. Good spell there from mid-machine, but once again, the small little mistakes creeping into play. And they're not holding the ball for longer than even a minute or two, so that shows you the predicament they're in. And we still do have 30 minutes to go in this encounter. Penalty kick they're coming in from Donald Tabu. I don't think it found touch, and we'll go back to where that kick was taken. Remember, coming up at 4 p.m., it's a big one. The champions KCB hosting Impala here. So don't go anywhere. That will be a crack of an encounter. Two teams who've had a long-standing rivalry since KCB made their entry into the Kenya Cup and started becoming competitive way back in, I would say, 2001, 2002. So it's a rivalry that has been growing between the two sides. Abonyo with the scrum put in. Finds Shiasi. Shiasi trying to shrug off Agevi there. Presents the ball to Abonyo again. Flows it wide, out wide now to Alfredo Rege. Rege running into a black wall there. The referee's arm is out. So advantage being machine. What can they do from here? And the referee gives them a penalty. Not releasing the tackler is a call by Constant Cup. Just to remind you of the other fixtures being played this afternoon from 4 p.m. The league leaders Cabrasa hosting Homeboys at the Kakamega Showground. And then Queens are down the road from here at the Kenyatta University playing Black Blood, while Nondis have a date with Strathmore Leos. And then in Nakuru we do have the Nakuru Derby pitting the Oilers and Nakuru RFC. So those are your fixtures on match day 10 on this February the 16th, 2019. So 13 minutes gone into the second half. Mambo Mean Machine with a solitary penalty. And it's won there by Mean Machine. Good taking the line out there from Bobo Nchonga. Can he present it now to Antonio Bonyo now? Mean Machine now very adventurous. Trying to look now for a 5-pointer. They're very much now in the Machine half, in the Mwamba half for the very first time in the Mwamba 5. Can they make it count in these exchanges here? Going for the pick and drive. The pick and drive, will it work? And that pass there, not the very best of passes. But the referee was playing advantage, and Mwamba will be penalized. Abonyo now, can he go over the line? No, the referee said that was not the mark. So it's going to be a second bite of the cherry. It's going to be a scramble to Mean Machine. A warm welcome to those of you who are joining us This is the second half of the first of a doubleheader between Mwamba and Mean Machine. Mwamba leading by 25 points to 3. Mwamba do already have the bonus point in the bag. 4 tries, a penalty, and a conversion so far from Kulabu. So Antonio Bonyo, can Mean Machine get an opening try here? Under pressure at scrum time from Mwamba. Bonyo gives it out. It's a very slow ball there. Not really getting over the advantage line from Mean Machine. Orege, now who does he have in support? Can they make it count here? Oh, not the best of passes there. It's won by Orege. And that pass just did not go into hand. And Collins Injera just trying to have a word with the assistant referee there. Thought the call would go his own way, but Obonyo now finds Cornel Omondi. It's the best spell of attack that Mean Machine have had so far in this encounter. It has taken them 56 minutes. Can they go over the line here? Good play coming in from Mean Machine, but that ball was held up. It's been held up, and it's going to be a 5-yard scrum for Mean Machine as the referee calls time on the clock.
Well, William, it has been a bright start from the university students to this second half. They've managed to get 3 points on the board and playing with a lot more purpose and intent than they did in the first half. Question is, can they be able to narrow the deficit, probably even tie the game? But to do that, they will have to stop Mwamba from scoring and just keep piling on the pressure.
Constant Cup just having a word with Mwamba front rowers there, the scrum. Can Mean Machine make this count? They've had a decent spell of possession. And they've actually called for a scrum here. Composure, I beg your pardon, and execution very key, especially when you've got a 5-yard scrum. Do they move the ball to the right? Do they move the ball to the left? Where are they going to load up here? It's an attacking scrum for Mean Machine. And for all their efforts, it will be good if they can get a try. That scrum was not stable, so it will be a reset scrum. As we approach the hour mark here at the Lions Den in Ruaraka, Mwamba with a comfortable 25 points to 3 lead as we enter into the final quarter of this encounter. Mwamba already do have the bonus point in the bag, so that will take them up to 4th in the standings ahead of Nondi's game against Strathmore-Leos. That scrum is not stable, and the referee says he's not impressed by the front rowers, and that was a careless piece of play there from Mwamba. Antonio Bonyo in a hurry.
True indeed, William. He should have just kept his composure, but that rush of blood leading him to that error. But it is still Machine surging forward in pursuit of their first try of the game.
The referee's arm is out for an advantage, meaning Mwamba are getting penalized here. So Shadon Munoko, one of the big ball carriers in this Machine side, will be looked upon. Now Abonyo. That was Ruben Oroko. Hardly seen him in this game. And could that be a try? Yes, finally. Mean Machine get on the scoreboard. It has been coming. I'll just tell you who the try scorer is, but finally they get on the scoreboard here. It was a well-worked play. Abonyo delaying the pass. And Cornel Omondi with the try from Mean Machine. And with the conversion to come, that takes the score now to 25 points to 8. And if only Mean Machine had played like this in the first half, we could be talking about something different here. They've shown a bit of composure. They've dominated possession and territory. And finally, they get their first 5-pointer of the afternoon.
But, William, whatever the case, it makes for an interesting closing 20 minutes to this match. That still is a lot of time to play, and should they be a lot more consistent and composed, they can certainly bridge the gap, probably even run away with the result. This is Festus Shiasi with the conversion attempt. We're just going past the 60th minute mark. The action coming to you on Bamba Sport from the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. Remember, coming up at 4 p.m. we do have the big one. KCB, the defending Kenya Cup champions, currently sitting second on the Kenya Cup log, playing against 7th placed Impala Saracens. That one will be at 4 p.m. and you'll be able to catch it here on Bamba Sport. This is Shiasi with the goal attempt from that distance. It is short, and the scores remain 25-8. The final 20 minutes to play.
"25 points to hit the scoreline. Can Mean Machine get a second try and possibly even a third try? Mwamba seem to have stepped off the gas pedal a bit, knowing that they already have the bonus point in the bag. 4 tries in the first half. 2 to Joel Nzuga, 1 to Collins Injera, and 1 to Salaton Mutwiri. And Tabu also adding a conversion and a penalty. So Tabu with the restart. On there by Henry Rabach, and the referee Machine playing much better, a lot more directness and aggression in their forwards. That's Alfred Orege there taking that ball into play. And that ball has been won by Mwamba, but the referee not very happy, and there is a card coming out. There's a card coming out there. I think the man to spend the next 10 minutes in the bin is Mike Okello. And Machine take play back into Mwamba territory with 18 minutes to go.
Yes, it is the gangly lock, Mike Okello, who is in the bin for the next 10 minutes. Can Machine be able to make use of the extra man's advantage, or will Mwamba hold out, probably even add more points on the board? That was a bit sloppy on the line out from Machine. And this is Mwamba now surging forward. Hugo Nzoka found himself in a bit of trouble there, but eventually got some clean ball. Steve Sikuta just making sure that rack is secure. And Nzoka with the ball, the offload to Collins Injera, runs past one man, offloads it to Joel Nzuga. Joel Nzuga is on his hat-trick. There it goes. Try number 3 for the flying winger. Joel Nzuga takes the scores to 38 with a conversion to come. But that is definitely a hard blow on Mean Machine's armor from Mwamba, who are playing with a man less. Collins Injera showing all his guile and experience there, knowing that he had a man in support. That man, Joel Nzuga, racing clear, and for the 3rd time, diving into the swimming pool. That is the try area. Of course, there is no water.
Well worked right there from Mwamba, and it actually came from that line-out throw, which was poor from Mean Machine. It was won, and from there Mwamba were able to go through a couple of phases and put Collins Injera into a bit of space. And on the tackle, he was able to offload there to Joel Nzuga, who gets his hat-trick. Try number 5 for Mwamba. That takes the score now to 30 points to 8. I think the conversion has been missed by Tabu, and that takes the score to 30 points to 8, and we still do have 14 and a half minutes to go to the end of this second half. No stopping Joel Nzuga there. And literally out of nothing, Mwamba do get try number 5. Shiasi with the restart for Machine. Well taken there by Horace Otieno. He's coming in as a second half substitute. Tabu, actually Brian Mwangi, looking for pocket of space there, and that ball does go out. It's a good kick by Brian Mwangi, and it will be a line-out throw to Mwamba. Actually, to Mean Machine, I beg your pardon. Actually, the conversion was successful by Tabu, and so that takes the score now to 32 points to 8. The replacement hooker, Alex Muganda, takes this line out throw for Mwamba, for Mean Machine, I beg your pardon. And the very ball by Odoyo, and Odoyo just goes for the box kick. Won there by Tabu. Tabu. Oh, excellent play by Daniel Tabu now. Puts the kick there downfield into the try box area, and that will go out. It should be a scramble to Mwamba, but a good intelligent play there from Daniel Tabu, just showing why he's been called up to the Kenya 7 squad. Was actually one of the best players on the National 7 circuit, beating a couple of machine defenders there and spotting Valentin Odoyo out of position. Attempted to go for the kick there, but Sheldon Munoko took that ball out. So it's Mwamba on the attack again. And the try has been scored there by Mwamba. Collins Injera, try number 6. And his second try of the afternoon, try number 9 for the season for the Kenya 7 superstar. That takes the score now to 37 points to 8. And Mean Machine just toying around. I mean, Mwamba toying around with Mean Machine here. Collins Injera reacting quickest, and good body positioning and height to go over the line. Conversion good there by Daniel Tabu. That takes the score now to 39 points to 8. And we still do have quarter of an hour left here at the Lions Den. Could Mwamba get to 50? Michael Kwambo.
Wow, it is very possible looking at the try scoring rate over the past few moments. Remember, that's just 2 converted tries away, something that they can easily achieve over the next 13 minutes. And Mean Machine, after that try from Cornell Omondi, have just retreated back into their shell. And remember, Mwamba are playing a man less. They do have a man in the sin bin, but you can't tell from all the dominance that they are applying on the field of play. That is Ruben Oroko with that carry for Mean Machine, who just looked to be going through the motions. Alfred Orege finds himself in a bit of a bind. Mwamba forced the turnover. Hugo Nzoka gets some clean ball. That was a quick tap there from Micah Gavi to Joel Nzuga. Nzoka with the ball downfield to Daniel Tabu. Just kicks it behind the Machine defense. Machine once again building from deep. A bit of ping pong as we head into the final 12 minutes of the match. Claimed there rather comfortably by the big unit, Horace Otieno. Part of that golden generation of Mwamba players who dominated the National 7 circuit close to a decade ago. This is Brian Mwangi. Goes down to the floor. Otieno at scrum half. Tabu to Agevi. Agevi, is he going to race clear? Gains good ground for the black shirts. Eliakim Kichoyon as a substitute. Mwamba just going through the paces here. Steve Sikuta with the hard running. They are inches short of the try line. Chasing after try number 7. It is a very real possibility. And there we go. Scores now 44-8. William Juguna, that half century is truly not far off.
Absolutely, 6 points away, and we still do have 10.5 minutes to go to the end of the second half. And as things stand, well worked try there by Mwamba. And they take the score now to 44 points to 8 with the conversion kick to come. Tabu's conversion is successful, and that takes the score now to 46 points to 8. And And the flicker of light we saw with Mean Machine at the start of the second half has all but truly evaporated, truly gone off. Trailing 25-0 at halftime. The score now stands at 46 points to 8. And this should be, if I'm not wrong, Mwamba's biggest win of the season so far.
Certainly is, and it does help their cause as they chase for playoff slot at the close of league play. Another 5 or so weeks. The restart from Mean Machine fails to go the requisite 10 meters. Constant Cap playing the advantage as Mwamba just drive back the machine forwards. Paul Ekirapa finds that ball, but at standstill. Really doesn't gain any ground for Mean Machine. We have 10 minutes to play here at the KCB Sports Club in the opening fixture of a double header coming to you on Bamba Sport. And this one going the way of Mwamba. Massive 46-8 win. Well, it's not yet been confirmed, so it is a lead. A massive 46-8 lead over Mean Machine with about 9 minutes to play. William, the conditions here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka, good for rugby, but taking quite the toll on the players. Temperatures oscillating between 27 and 29 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, temperatures really between, as you've said, 28 to 30, 31 degrees. And the 2 p.m. kickoffs have been pretty much notorious for very slow starts, but hasn't affected Mwamba in any way. They've dominated all facets of play, and they do have the bonus point in the bag, and they're probably just going through the motions, waiting for the final whistle from the referee.
Another replacement for the black shirts. Thomas Soteri is on, slotting into the forwards. We'll confirm who he has come in for. Remember, Mwamba still down to 14 men. Eugene Zioka with the ball to Micah Gavi. That is beautifully received by Steve Sikuta. But Constant Cap had blown his whistle. I think the ball had traveled forward as Mike Agevi offloaded it to Steve Sikuta. Yes, it did. It is a scrum down. Mean Machines scrum feed. 7 minutes to play here at the KCB Sports Club in Ruaraka. Anthony Abonyo with the scrum feed. A referee Constant Cap just making sure that both sets of scrums, both sets of forwards are first of all on the mark. Has been quite the fixture to watch. William Juguna has taken extraordinary patience to go through the 74 minutes or so. But if you're a Mwamba fan, you'll certainly be happy watching your side register their biggest win of the season so far. Mean Machine, well, the machine really hasn't clicked this afternoon. They'll have to go back to their workshop off Uhuru Highway. Probably change the oil and settings before the next fixture. This is Shadon Munoko, breaks through the tackle, shows some great pace there, but is unable to follow through to the end. Eliakim Kichoi with some brilliant football skills that just curtailed the try-scoring ambitions of Shadon Munoko.
Very good individual play there coming in from Shadon Munoko. Thought he had the beating of Eliakim Kichoi there, but he was thwarted in his attempt to land a second 5-pointer from Mwamba. So as things stand, it's still 46 points to 8. Mwamba 4 points away from a try. Good play there from Shadon Munoko. But Eliakim Kichoi just able to thwart that attempt here by Shadon Munoko. One of the very few bright sparks in this machine squad this afternoon that has been comprehensively outplayed by Mwamba. Anthony Abonyo with the scrum put in, and it's actually been won there by Mwamba.
Mwamba back to their full complement of 15 players, just looking to sign off this match with another try that should take them into the half century. But Eliakim Kichoi loses his footing there, putting paid to what was a flowing move that had been initiated by Eugene Nzioka. Has been quite a bright spark for Mwamba since coming on in place of Martin Oyugi. Not to take anything away from Martin Oyugi, had a very decent first half. But obviously when your team is comfortably in the lead, the head coach can decide to bring some of his fringe players, some of the players off the bench, and give them a lot more play time, more so in the second half. Free kick awarded to Mwamba. Eugene Nzioka with a quick tap, but he wasn't on the mark. We all know Constant Cap is a stickler for the rules. Steve Sikuta, the ball is eventually with Horace Otieno. Goes down under that tap challenge from his machine opponent. Nzioka. It's Brian Mwangi, Thomas Soteri. Nzioka once again gets the clean ball. Sikuta. That's Soteri. He is seeing quite a bit of the ball since coming on for Salaton Muturi, who scored the third try for the Black Shirts. The ball is on the floor. The penalty advantage is still with Mwamba. 3 minutes left here at the KCB Sports Club. Coasting to a 46-8 result as it so stands, and they still have the opportunity to add more points on the board, either through a penalty, drop goal, or a try. Daniel Tabu with the big kick downfield from the penalty. It's almost predictable what Mwamba will want to do: reclaim possession from the line out and walk it home, or if not, at least build up something that should end up in a 5-pointer.
Yes, Mwamba looking for the 50-pointer here this afternoon, and they still have 3 minutes to go. And Machine, it's been a torrid afternoon for them. So can the 50-point mark be breached by Mwamba this afternoon? It's going to be a line-out throw here for Mwamba. Going to be taken by Brian Kahura. Kahura, line-out throws are the best, and it's won by Antonio Bonyo. And Bonyo just rolls away there, provides a platform. The referee says there was an infringement there, so it's advantage to Mwamba. And can they get another try?
That is Nzioka. He gets the ball out to Thomas Soteri. Soteri drives forward another meter or so. Nzioka with the offload to Micah Gavi. And is the try awarded? We'll confirm that in a moment.
Yeah, try has been given.
Well, the try has been scored, but the man in shirt number 22 isn't the man listed as shirt number 22 on the team list. So we will take a bit longer in confirming the try scorer as Daniel Tabu misses the conversion. 51-8 current score.
Mwamba do double their tally from what they had in the first half. Remember, they scored 25 points in the first half. They have scored another 25 in the second half. And they do get, that should be try number 8, if I'm not wrong, or try number 9. Try number 8. So 8 tries from Mwamba this afternoon to Mean Machines 1. Comprehensive win for Mwamba that will take them to 4th on the log before Nondis play their match against Strathmore Leos in the next 10 minutes. Horace Otieno wins that from the kickoff. This should be the last passage of play for Mwamba, for both sides. Machine have been valiant, but just lack of execution and doing the basics right has really cost them in this encounter. And it's Mwamba on the attack here. Daniel Tabu again running into contact. Tabu again keeping the ball alive here for Mwamba as they chase try number 9. Steve Sikuta. Brian Otieno. And can Machine get try number 2 if they can? And that should be that, I think. Constant Cap has seen enough, and the game is over. Game is over. Mwamba have recorded a 51 points to 8 victory over Mean Machine this afternoon, match day 10 of the 2018-2019 Kenya Cup season. Don't go anywhere because at 4 p.m. it's a big one. It's a big game. KCB, the hosts, taking on Impala. And a routine victory for Mwamba. Daniel Tabu has had a starring role, so as Collins Injera, Michael Agevi, Salaton Mutwiri have all been outstanding for Kulabu, who get the win that moves them up to 4th temporarily for a couple of hours.